finally the season is about to start. We're real excited about it. We came off a undefeated weekend last weekend, the first weekend of college hockey season. And we had a productive weekend, actually. I'll share it with you and then just open up to questions. But last week we took practice to Grand Rapids on Friday, and I thought it was good to get out of here and get the team together. And I was trying to simulate, without actually staying somewhere overnight, really being on the road so the team can spend more time together as part of our team building process since we got back to school. And then we came back here at night, spent the night here, and then left the next morning to Rochester, had a practice, and went to Fox Sports Detroit for a little exercise, and then went to dinner in the Red Wing game. And I thought it was a really productive weekend in terms of the guys spending time together and being in the right frame of mind. So we had Sunday off. We started yesterday with practice, had a pretty demanding practice, as we will today. And we're in a good frame of mind. We're, I'd say, relatively healthy. You know, we're still kind of following Johnny Drager's conditioning and where he's at, and whether or not he'll be ready to play or not on the weekend, it's too early to tell. But other than that, just little nicks and bruises that you would get in a combative sport like ours. And we've got competition for lineup spots, which is a healthy thing. So Jake Hildebrandt will start on Friday night. How about that? How about that as a coming out party? You know. But we have lots of competition for playing time. We're still trying to work on special teams and see who might get opportunities both on the power play and penalty kill and other special situations, whether it's 4-on-4 play or whatever. And so we're moving forward positively. I think the guys are eager to play, having been here for so long and really not dropping the puck yet. We're just getting into UMass, had a chance to watch them play. They've had some turnover in their team from last year, and they beat us twice out there. So we know, though, they're a really hard-working team. They're very aggressive in their forechecking. They transition really quickly. Last year, their specialty teams really hurt us. Their power play was very dynamic, so we have tons of respect for them. They've already played a regular season game, which I wish we had that same. I think it's a bit of an advantage to have done that. We don't have that. We do have home ice, so that's a good thing. It'll be fun to start up at home. So that's where we are. I know I was late. What questions do you have?
Tom, looking over the exhibition game, what did you see with the line pairings that you had? What did you like, and kind of also the defensive pairings as well? I know with trying to get some cohesion is something you probably want to do right away.
As soon as possible. We know a few of the guys can play together a little bit, like Ferrantino and Cox played together a lot before they even came here. And last year at times we played them together and we thought they had pretty good chemistry. I know we had Haig with them at one time, and we've moved him around a little bit in practice this week. McEachern has played with Ebbing for most of their life, it seems. So we know they can play together. Barry's a goal scorer, and we want to see if we can get some guys who can get him the puck in the right scoring areas as much as possible. At times in practice we've had Pavlik was a freshman between Stengline. Did I pronounce it right? I know I told Stengline and Darnell, and they show us at times things that we kind of like. But a lot of that also has to do with how our special teams come together, because when you start to put special teams on the ice and you have to come out of it, you need to have some line combinations you can come to. So we're really not settled on lines. I think in the exhibition game, we just used that like a practice to try some different things and see how it worked. Like, we really approached that. You always want to win, but we really approached that as an evaluation opportunity, much like we did the green and white game. And now it all counts. So while you're all constantly evaluating, we hope by the end of the week to settle on some lines that we feel good about starting, and part of that will be based on our special team combinations.
Tom, since the exhibition game last Tuesday, you practiced. Have you seen the positives on the ice of the players, just how they maybe improved and seem to have a better fit this season?
I have.
Offensively and defensively?
I have. I really like our work habits, which have been historically good since I've been here. I like the chemistry that's building amongst the team. I like the leadership that's emerging on the team. The next step for us, frankly, is to continue to gain some experience, and with that, have some success to build confidence. And I think that's that big next step that we need to take. And you know, again, we've got predominantly a sophomore, junior class team. We've got a small freshman group, and we have a small senior group. And so, while we're more experienced, we still need experience. And certainly our non-conference schedule is going to, you know, as tough as it is going to give us plenty of opportunity to gain experience during that time. So, when I look at our team, do I think our team's a better team today than we were a year ago? At this time, absolutely. I think we have more experience. We are, as we sit today, now hopefully nothing changes as we go on the ice today, but we are healthier than we were a year ago. And I think that our skill level's better than it was a year ago. So I think those are all positives moving forward. What we don't have is, you know, we haven't dropped the puck for a real game yet, and those are important things too, to bring everything together. So most of our tactical, strategic type things have been more in practice. Like we had no special teams when we went and played that exhibition game. None. We were on the ice for one day. So we're implementing those things in a practice environment and haven't had a game environment to really tweak it, because everything's a little faster. Whether it's your forecheck, your neutral zone play, your specialty teams, everything's faster. So that will give us an opportunity to adjust to that when we play Friday. Fred, what are you doing sitting over there today?
Yeah, because Audrey boned me and set up over here, so I'd like you to look at me so I don't get the side of your face.
Oh,
It's all about me.
I got that impression.
You've said that you need a quick start, other than the obvious coach talk. Why is it so important to get off to a quick start with this team? Would that be a confidence thing?
Yeah, I think what I mean by a quick start is that I'd like to see us get off to a start where we're building our confidence level, because I think there's a lot of good things going on with this team, and that's not going to be easy given the kind of schedule we put together. That will be challenging. So we're going to measure that in different ways, but certainly, you know, we're all looking to see how we're going to emerge offensively, because we know that's an important part of our game to have success. So a quick start to me means that our work habits are in place, the things that we're trying to do from a tactical perspective, you know, guys can see it come together, and hopefully in the end it produces some results that can make guys, you know, build confidence and feel good about.
So in a sense, do you feel like you're already off to a quick start from what you've seen in practice?
I do. I think practices have been real good. Like I said, morale has been real good. We've done a number of team building type things away from the rink that I think have all been very well received. I talked to a few players about it and got very positive feedback. So far up until this point, our body of work has been very good, but obviously starting Friday it's more measurable.
Coach, you have 4 Big Ten teams in the latest top 20 poll: Minnesota, Michigan, Ohio State, Wisconsin. Does that kind of generate a feeling of, I want to quote Mark Antonio, why not us, in the locker room?
I don't want to speak for the team, but from my perspective, for sure, why not us? You know, we talked about it. I mean, we just have to catch a little bit of confidence. You know, the last couple of years have been very challenging, and yet coming away from those years, I've always been very impressed with the mental toughness of the teams that we've had these past couple of years. And so you leave in the off season, guys go home, they come back, you see the kind of commitment they made in the off season, and then you drop the puck on a fresh new season. There's more balance in college hockey than there ever has been before, and yet confidence, emotion, momentum, all those types of things build into a successful season. And so some teams have started off really strong and were able to use a real strong start to build momentum. Other teams, I think it was UMass Lowell a couple of years ago, I don't know what their record was. It was like 2-9 or 2-8 or something like that, leading to Christmas. And from Christmas on, they were virtually unbeatable, and they got to the Frozen Four. So it can be different for different teams. I think what's important for our team is we don't look too far ahead. We look towards Tuesday today, and we have to, now this sounds really coach speak, but really, we have to get better today. We have to get better tomorrow, and we have to focus on our very first shift on Friday, and then build off that first shift and work towards trying to play a complete game on Friday. And once that's over, see what we learned from it, see what results we got from our effort, and then focus on Saturday. I think if we have the maturity to do that, yeah, why not us?
How did that Grand Rapids Detroit jaunt go for you guys? What was it like, and what did you guys really take out of that?
Well, we had 2 very good practices, and it's interesting. I don't know if it was just the timing of them, or when you have an audience, if guys have a little extra jump in their step, because they were open practices and they were both very well attended. I'm not positive as to why, but they were both very good, very competitive, very physical, very physically demanding. I think the most meaningful part is just the time spent. You don't have all the distractions that you have when you're on campus. You're not separated by your dorms or your apartments or your housing. You're together all the time. And so from when you get to the rink to when you load the bus to your travel to and from to on the ice, it's just more time together. And like I said, with the exception of literally sleeping in a hotel, it was like being on the road for 2 days, because the whole situation occurred again the next night. And I think the next day, the interesting dynamics were the Fox exercise was pretty cool. We had 3 different groups, 9 players in the group, and they were all assigned a role. So you had a producer, you had a time person, you had 3 camera guys, you had 2 on-air talents. We were trying to be you guys. And we failed miserably, but had a good time doing it. And again, I think those settings, like many social settings, bring groups together. And you had guys working together, much like that food exercise we did. You had guys working together that didn't necessarily spend much time with a guy that they worked with before. And I think it helps get guys out of their comfort zone, seen in a different light, and helps bring the team together. So a lot of team time. And then to cap it off at a Red Wing game, I thought was pretty cool. Guys got to see a couple Spartans play, and fun environment, and got to finish with an NHL game. So it was productive.
Is that a spin-off of what the coaches did at the Big Ten?
That's, spin-off where I completely stole the idea. Yeah, because I thought, from my experience that I thought it was really cool. And I thought it helped bring our staff together. It gave us a better understanding, not that these guys need to have a better understanding of what all of you do, but I'm pretty sure if you went up to the 6 guys who worked the desk, and they got such a small taste of it, like they didn't have to write their stuff, somebody wrote it, but I'm pretty sure they'd say, wow, that's a lot harder than I ever imagined. They didn't have anybody talking in their ear, or the whole shoot match that goes with it. So it was very much a spin-off of what we did.
Are you trying to temper your enthusiasm on Jacobs at all? For people that don't know him, or how excited are you by what you've seen? Has he lived up to his billing so far from what you've seen?
No, I'm not trying to temper my enthusiasm, but I am trying to be practical. I don't want to put a level of pressure on him because we're going through a transition as a team and a program that's not fair. He's a freshman. He's going to make freshman mistakes. He's going to get playing time, not because we're giving it to him, but because he's earned it. But he's got a very strong skill set that can add value and is critical to our team's success. And so I think he has put himself in a good position coming here. I was wondering what kind of condition he would be in. He was in good condition. He tested in very well. He's worked really hard. His work habits have been very high end. Now the next step is to go out and gain experience. And oftentimes what happens, especially with younger players, is they come in and they simplify life, and they're able to make an immediate impact because they keep their game simple, which really is what every single player should do. But then after they get settled for a while, they try to complicate things, and they try to do more than they should, and now they have to fight through that from a confidence perspective. So I don't want to put more on him than really is deserved. I think he's a good prospect, a very good prospect that we're excited to have here along with the other freshmen, and I think he has a chance to make an impact on our team this year. All well knowing that he's a freshman.